Please welcome back Claire O'Donnell.
Welcome back, everyone. Can you believe that we're already at our final session? The past 2 days have really flown by, and I have felt so energized and inspired by my experience here, and I hope you do too. You all have made this the biggest and best, and in my opinion, most inspiring Accelerate yet. From the welcome reception to our main stage product launch announcements, breakout sessions, and the many networking events, there have been so many opportunities for learning, inspiration, and connection. But the good news is, it's not over yet. We have some amazing things lined up for you. In particular, a fireside chat with a very special guest. To get us started, please welcome back Dharmesh Mehta.
Awesome. Thanks, Claire. I love how Accelerate gives us the opportunity to look back at some of the amazing things we've accomplished and also gives us so much more to be excited about for the future. We revealed new innovations that will provide end-to-end automation of your supply chain, reaching from factories to customers all around the world, providing faster than ever speeds, amazing reliability, simplicity, and a great value. We also shared how we will power these supply chain services and help you manage your business across all of your sales channels. We gave you a peek into how generative AI will transform your entire selling experience, including a personalized selling expert code-named Project Amelia. It's been incredible to see all of this come to life on this stage. And it's been crystal clear just how much your continued feedback and partnership has been critical to these innovations. Now, it is an honor for me to introduce our next guest. For the past 19 years, he has been committed to innovating upon and improving how customers and our selling partners experience Amazon Store. He pushes our teams every day to ensure that Amazon remains an amazing place for customers to shop and for sellers to thrive. Please welcome to the stage CEO of Worldwide Amazon Stores, Doug Herrington, for a conversation with Mary Beth Westmoreland.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Isn't it great
Yeah.
to be here with so many of these amazing selling partners?
Everybody backstage said the crowd is fantastic, so it's great to see everybody here.
Yeah, so much energy, Doug. So we're so excited to see you.
Yeah.
So let me think, it's been about 2 years since you joined us last at Accelerate, and I know you've had a lot going on since then, and that you've been out visiting a lot of our employees and a lot of our selling partners. So can you share a little bit about what you've been up to?
Yeah, well, I'll start just by saying thank you. Thank you for having me out here, for inviting me back, and really thank all of you, our sellers, for everything you do for Amazon, everything you do for our customers. You're just an indispensable part of the magic that keeps millions of customers coming to shop at Amazon every day. I said it last time I was here 2 years ago, and I say it almost everywhere I go, that our decision to invite sellers into our store nearly 25 years ago was one of the best things we ever did for our customers, because the sellers brought in this just amazing array of products and brands and great prices, and it turned Amazon into a store with the largest selection, with the fastest delivery, bar none. We can serve any customer for any shopping occasion. It's really been amazing. And we were a pretty good store before we invited sellers in, and I would say we were a great store, but that combination, that unique combination of retail plus third-party sellers turned a great store into something that was quite remarkable. It was very innovative at the time. Nobody else was doing it, and nobody has matched it since then. So it's been fantastic. I love the, yeah, congratulations to all of you. Yeah. Thank you. I forgot I had planted the whooper in the crowd over there. Thank you. And I'd also just say, sellers are now, 60% of sales in the store. I think probably Dharmesh has been talking about. That's just an amazing number. And for somebody who's been here for 20 years, it's a remarkable achievement, what you guys have done. It's also, so you've been doing a great job. It's also very inspiring that most of our sellers are small and medium-sized businesses. And I love the stat that last year more than 10,000 sellers racked up more than $1 million worth of sales in our stores.
That's amazing.
And super, incredible, incredible. So anyway, so thank you for getting us started and going through this adventure, and then thank all of you for coming to the Accelerate conference. Super excited to see you here.
And so I know that you've been focused on some key initiatives that we've been talking about together that kind of come back to our selling partners. I thought maybe you could touch on some of that.
Yeah. I've been focused. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll see that I spend a lot of time on the road. I travel a lot to visit our operation sites. I've been to over 120 of our fulfillment sites since I took this role 2 years ago, and visited our teams and selling partners around the world. What I've been focused on, to your question, is growth. And growth through two, we call them inputs, two focused inputs. And that's delivery speed and cost to serve. And maybe let me just briefly connect the dots about why those inputs lead to growth. Delivery speed, probably obvious to you, but when we speed up deliveries, we sell more. And so we see it on the detail page. When an offer has a faster delivery speed, it's going to get a higher conversion rate, more sales per glance view. But what's even more interesting and a bigger impact is that customers who experience those faster delivery speeds will come back sooner and shop more. And so that the growth flywheel gets going because of speed. Cost to serve is the second one, and that one may be a little less obvious, but cost to serve is the phrase that we use internally for the total cost divided by the total units. You can think of it as the cost to put a single item all the way through our system. Now, as that number goes up, fewer and fewer items make sense to flow through our system, as you guys know. And especially lower priced items. So as that number goes up, lower priced items get squeezed out of the store. The good news is, as that number goes down, the reverse can happen, which is that our selling partners, our vendors, and our sellers can put more items, more low priced items in the store. Selection grows, and as selection grows, traffic and then sales follow. And so those are the two reasons that we've been focused on cost. Now the great news is over the last 2 years, we've made the team broadly incredible progress around the world on both delivery speeds and cost to serve. And so delivery speeds, hopefully you guys are all customers as well as sellers. You've experienced it. We were beating our fastest pre-COVID speeds by mid-2023, and we've been racking up record speeds every quarter since then, around the globe. It's really been remarkable. And what's so great is that we've done it without raising cost to serve. And in fact, we've seen reductions in cost to serve.
Yeah.
And we want to do both those things, again, to grow. You could speed things up just by throwing a bunch of money at it, and it wouldn't help you with growth.
Yeah.
You could lower your cost to serve by slowing everything down. That wouldn't help you with growth. You've got to do both. The teams have done a great job. Maybe I'll just take a few minutes just to talk about what we've been doing, because you guys have been experiencing it, but I think it's important for you to understand why it's been so important to us. The three big things that I'd call out, and one of the reasons I spend a lot of time out in the field, have to do with our operations. One, and we've talked about this a lot, we've regionalized our outbound network. And probably the best way to explain this is when I joined 19 years ago, we had 6 fulfillment centers in the US.
Wow.
That was it. And when a customer placed an order, the basic process was we'd look across those 6 fulfillment centers and say, which items are in which FCs that could possibly meet the promise, and then what's the lowest cost path to get it to the customer? Well, that was a pretty remarkable approach back then. It allowed us to launch the Prime program where we had 1 million items available with 2 free-day shipping. But flash forward to today, and we have hundreds of fulfillment centers. And we built a whole big middle mile, and we have built a whole last mile, as big as UPS in a year. And we offer 300 million items with Prime. And so, although it's been a fantastic achievement to scale that, what it turned out is that scaling that same network came with a lot of cost and complexity. And for any of you who are math inclined or took the math in college, graph theory says, if you imagine a bunch of nodes in a graph, as those nodes grow, to connect the nodes, the arcs between them need to grow quadratically. And that was what was happening to us. As we were adding more and more nodes, and for those they would be fulfillment centers and delivery stations and sort points, to connect them all up, to have a national network, the connectors between them were growing. And so 2 years ago, we looked and we had 10,000 arcs between all those nodes. That's 10,000 regularly scheduled truck routes between them, many of them long and thin. And you can read long and thin as slow and costly. In fact, I was talking about this with John Felton, who's our head of operations at the time, and we were comparing it to the UK. We'd been running the same network in the UK for a long time. We had better costs, better speed, better quality. And he looked at it and he said, I wish in the US, I wish we had 10 UKs instead of 1 US. And that kind of got us down the path, which is why don't we have 10 UKs and 1 US? And so in fact, we did take our network and we said, let's take all those connectors, and instead of trying to desperately connect every fulfillment center to every household in each region, let's redistribute them and try to connect the regions as densely as possible. Connect those FCs in the regions to the households in the regions. And what that meant is that we had shorter, thicker, and more frequent lanes between those connection points. And in fact, it did turn out, you don't get these very often, but it was almost like a switch was flipped when we moved over. As it turns out, there was inventory already in a lot of these regions, but because of the sparse network, we weren't able to get to a lot of it. When we redesigned it like this, almost immediately 10 to 15% more orders were assigned to the regions, and then we saw items traveling 15% fewer miles. We had 15% fewer touches, so we got speed, we got cost to serve on the same thing. It was phenomenal for us. That was regionalizing the outbound network. The other 2 big ones, now that we had that network, our mental model said we've really got to focus on maximizing the probability that when a customer places an order, it's already in the region that they live, and better yet, already in the fulfillment center that's closest to them. And we internally call this perfect placement. We spend a lot of time trying to get perfect placement of product, because that's how we're going to get the lowest delivery speed and the lowest cost to serve. And a lot of this has been algorithmic, and Gen AI has played a big role recently with that, improving our predictability.
And we're going to talk about that too. So.
Yeah, and then we've also seen structural changes. You guys have seen it as well. We've rebuilt our inbound network. It used to be 2 years ago, there was no IXD that you could send your product to that we could reach all of our fulfillment centers. We could just probabilistically spread you around to 50 or 60 of them if you went into one. So we rebuilt it as a 2-tier network, a national set of IXDs where if you send product to those IXDs, we will get it, spread it to every one of our FCs around the network, and regional IXDs that if you instead choose to send it, we have 5 inbound regions, you can send it there and each one will spread across the 5 there. Super important for regional in stock, local in stock, and it drives right to the other thing. Faster shipping speeds, lower cost to serve. And then the final one, which is just a ton of fun, is we've been building, I call them new nodes in our graph. And so we've got these buildings that are hybrid, both fulfillment centers and delivery stations. They play both roles at the same time. And one of our most common ones is called our same-day facility. They're smaller facilities. They have the full suite of Amazon robotics like you're familiar with, but when a customer places an order for one of your products, within 15 minutes, that order can be picked, packed, and on the dock, ready for a driver to be picked up. And so when you come onto Amazon and experience get it by 2 p.m. today, it's probably coming out of one of those same-day buildings. And of course, combining fulfillment and delivery not only reduces time, but that reduces touches, and once again, lower cost to serve, faster delivery speeds. We're super excited. We've been building a lot of these. We've also started experimenting with new hybrid facilities in our rural locations, which have always had kind of a slightly slower experience given the topology that we're dealing with. We've been building our own delivery stations, putting the head items in those so that now that customers, even in kind of tier 3 rural communities, can start to experience faster speed in delivery. So those have been the 3 big ones. I think it is important because you guys experience a lot of that as well. And now, hopefully you'll understand why it's so important for us to try to spread your product around the network, because that will keep on getting the speed, and that speed is going to allow us to keep growing. The great news is, as hard as the teams have been working, as much as we've been doing, we've got a ton more to go, and in regionalization, in perfect placement, in these hybrid facilities, and then of course we've got the next wave of robotics that's coming out for us, and then Gen AI has been helping teams do all kinds of new things. So I think we're at the starting point of a really interesting journey. I hope that we're going to keep on seeing both these trends continue for the next couple of years.
That's awesome. Thanks, Doug. I love the mental model on the 10 UKs in 1 US.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
that to me, like, it kind of brings it to life.
It was very
right?
clarifying.
Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
yeah.
it was almost as he said it, we were just like, huh, why not?
You know, I love that.
It had that wonderful
yeah, that's
feeling.
so great. And we certainly have been focused relentlessly on speed and cost to serve, and it has been a lot of fun to see the progress along the way. But I wonder if you can comment on, like, how are customers feeling about that?
Yeah. Well, the great news is, you know, the premise, going all the way back, was growth will be driven by cost to serve and speed, and that's what we're seeing. Short answer, that's what we're seeing. So keeping cost to serve low has allowed our selling partners, our vendors, and you, the sellers, to add even more selection into the system, especially the low price selection, the low ASP selection. That's where we've seen some of our fastest growth. And this has been super important for growth. It probably doesn't surprise you if you think about your own household, but low ASP products are the vast, vast majority of what any household buys any day, any week, or any month, like 80, 90% of the units that they buy. And we have, as big as we are and successful as we are, we're still relatively underpenetrated in those low ASP items. And so as you all add those items into the system, customers are expanding their wallet with Amazon by buying more and more in those categories. The knock-on effect of that, which is great, is that those new purchases are driving new shopping missions on Amazon, increased visits, increased traffic. And when they do that, they're buying more of everything else, all the other categories, the higher priced products as well. And so we call it a flywheel, a virtuous flywheel. As they come in to buy the low ASP items, they're buying more of everything else. And then delivery speed, obviously been phenomenal for us. And so if you live in a metro area like this, you're going to be experiencing more than 60% of your items same day or next day delivery. And we've seen, didn't surprise us, but we've seen the growth bump for customers who experience it, like we saw when we went to 2-day back in 2005, when we launched 1 day in 2019, and even now as we're getting much heavier into same day and next day. What's interesting is that some of our most speed-sensitive ASINs, and speed-sensitive, I would call them the ones that get the biggest bang out of fast delivery, are the low ASP items that our selling partners have been adding into this. Even though they're low priced, they're quite important to people. And usually what's causing somebody to buy a low priced item like that is they use it all the time and they're about to run out and they desperately don't want to be out of it. Or they realize they need it to do something and it's not in the house and it's blocking them from kind of fixing something or finishing something. And so time is of the essence in both. So the great thing that we've seen is this wonderful virtuous cycle that we've been adding the low ASP selection. The speed is especially powerful for it, and so these two things have been working together really well.
Yeah, I love that. And it's just, for me anyway, like the convenience of not having to worry about it and getting it right on the spot is just like everything. So.
Yes, I know. I have a lot of people who come up to me, a lot of customers. It happened to me last night, and a woman came up to me and she says, I feel so guilty. I buy so much stuff from Amazon now. She's like, I even buy Band-Aids. And I was like, buy Band-Aids.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
It's like
Don't feel
Christmas
guilty.
morning every
Yeah.
day when I get home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so great.
Yeah.
So, and of course, our selling partners play such a big role in that as well. So coming back, I'm going to maybe take a step back and reflecting on this amazing partnership that we have with folks here in the room and with all of our selling partners. I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about how you see it going and maybe where we're heading.
Yeah. It has been, it's been a really amazing, productive partnership. And, like I said at the beginning, at 60% of our sales, our customers' experience with your products and your brands and your prices really defines for a lot of them what it is to shop at Amazon. And so it's super important. It's been a really, our relationship has evolved over the years. And actually, it's not been without controversy over the years as well. Going all the way back to 2000, when we invited sellers in to our store, it was controversial, highly controversial. It was at least highly controversial to our retail team, which was not very excited about the whole thing. But we brought them in and said, we're going to allow sellers to come, even on the very same detail pages that the retail team had set up and had offers, we're going to allow sellers to compete there. And a lot of people at the time were like, gosh, is this such a good idea? Aren't these sellers going to take sales from retail? You've done all this work to bring these customers here. Aren't they going to take sales? And we said, maybe. But of course, in addition to that, we saw how it could improve the customer experience and then potentially grow the total sales pie so that we could both win. So we leaned into it. Roll forward for a few years, call it 2006. Our operations are like humming at that point. We've really gotten to be known for the fulfillment, delivery, and returns experience that we were offering customers. That was all for retail products. That was our operations was retail only. And so we made another controversial decision. We said, well, why don't we invite the sellers into our fulfillment network so that they can offer the exact same experience to our customers on fulfillment, delivery, and returns. Also controversial with our retail team. They thought they had this is, especially we had just launched Prime as well the year before. So customers were just amazed by the two-day shipping offer. And people said, wow, is that the smart thing to do? Because, you've got this unique capability, this unique asset. You're going to give it to these sellers. Aren't they going to take sales from retail? And we said, yeah, maybe. But we could see how it would improve the customer experience, potentially grow the total sales pie, allow us both to win. So we leaned in again. And of course, I think time has proven to us that it was both excellent decisions. I would say what's interesting to me right now is I feel like we're going through another evolution, slightly different though, but the last 2 years, we've started to introduce more and more services and tools for our sellers to help their business off Amazon in addition to on Amazon. And you guys have talked about many of the things. So we have Supply Chain by Amazon, where sellers are using that to import product, and store product, and distribute product, but not just products that's going to be sold on Amazon. It could be sold in a big box retailer. And we've got things like multi-channel fulfillment, our white label version of our fulfillment assets. We see a lot of sellers using that to fulfill the orders that they generate on their own D2C sites or on social media commerce platform. And we've even got Buy with Prime, where Prime has always been considered a bit of our crown jewels, and we're saying everyone can take our Prime program, put Prime buttons on your own D2C websites. And a lot of people have looked at it and said, aren't you making shopping better on D2C sites? Aren't you making shopping better off Amazon? And the answer, once again, maybe. Yeah. Maybe we are. And I understand the controversy. We wouldn't have done this 5 years ago, most likely. If you roll back 5 years ago, a lot of brands, a lot of sellers were thinking about D2C, for instance, as not just an alternative to retail, but maybe a kind of a hard substitute. In fact, there was some the most provocative prognosticators were saying D2C, it's either D2C versus retail, or even worse, from our perspective, D2C versus Amazon. And with this kind of either-or mentality, a lot of brands just didn't even think about how Amazon might be able to help them with their business off Amazon. And honestly, 5 years ago, we weren't thinking about it that much either, probably for the same reason. Flash forward to today, and it's pretty clear that the most provocative prognosticators were just wrong. And in fact, most sellers don't have that either-or mentality anymore. They don't think of it as either-or. And most sellers, if you've got good brands and good products, it's 2024, you're going to have a D2C website. You're going to connect with customers that way. And you're also going to have a multi-brand retailer distribution strategy. Just like it would be suboptimal to have only selling in D2C. It would be suboptimal to only sell in a single retailer, and we don't see customers doing that. And so, given that, it makes a ton of sense to us as well. We've decided that since sellers are also our customers, our best path forward is to take our amazing capabilities that we've developed over 3 decades now and offer them to help your business and help you grow not just on Amazon, but off Amazon. And we think we can offer a compelling service at compelling prices. And to be perfectly transparent, we hope that by helping you with your business off Amazon, it's going to increase the likelihood that when you're thinking about your retailer strategy, you're going to turn to Amazon and say, I want to make you one of my preferred retailers as well. And so I get it. It's a little bit controversial. We are going to lose some sales because we're going to help you in a big box retailer. We're going to help you on a social media site. We're going to help you in D2C. But we do honestly believe that if it gets you excited about working with us as well with Amazon, we're going to grow the total sales pie. And then together, we're both going to win in that transition.
And it comes back to like we're helping our selling partners be successful everywhere, not just on Amazon. And I think it's really resonating as well.
Yeah. And again, if you've been here for a long time like I have, it actually feels quite natural. You know, we built a store and then extended it to our sellers.
Yeah.
And we were rewarded with that. We built a fulfillment capability, we extended to our sellers, we were rewarded with that. And now we've built all these capabilities that we can externalize in new ways. We're gonna offer them to our sellers as well. Those who want to take advantage of them, we think they're going to love them, and we think they're going to grow the total sales pie for us.
And it's always day one. Right?
Exactly.
So lots of change. And another example, maybe of change, is in the technology that we're using now. And you mentioned it a couple times already. Gen AI. And we've talked a lot about that today, even. And
fantastic.
Talked about some of the examples of some of the work that we're doing. The capabilities are going to be amazing for our selling partners. And I was thinking that folks here in the room may be kind of interested to know just how deeply and personally you've been involved in how we're applying and leveraging this technology through like the show and tell sessions that you do in your office. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what's going on there.
Yes, I think this Gen AI transformation we're going through is just amazing. First, I've been here for 19 years. We've gone through some technology shifts before. I remember the shift to mobile. I remember when social became a big thing, but nothing like this. Nothing as big as this. Nothing coming on as fast as this. And the tool set that it's providing us is just amazing. We're able to go back to a lot of products and services that we've had for a long time and rebuild them or modify them, enhance them with generative AI, and we're discovering we can improve quality and lower costs, which is fantastic. And then the part that I love is we can also now invent new services and customer experiences that just seem like science fiction 3 years ago. That things that we may have like written some crazy PR FAQ about, but we had no idea how to go implement. And now here we are. And so it's fantastic. There's really not a team across my organization who's not using generative AI in some way to work on their products and services across the whole stack, the whole suite. And so one of the mechanisms that I have implemented and started it kind of 2 years back now is a bi-weekly show and tell. It's called an AI show and tell. And the teams can come in, the scientists and the product people can come in and show off what they're prototyping, what they're building, what they've launched.
But we learn from each other too, right? I mean, I've loved being part of those sessions. I mean, the work that we talked about this morning on the listings work and of course Project Amelia, that started in Doug's office, and we get to learn, all the teams that are there get to learn from each other and share things and challenge each other.
Yes, it's I love that meeting too. It was originally just developed as my own learn and be curious mechanism, like what is going on with AI, what can we possibly do? But we do keep it as an open invite, and so any team is allowed to come and listen to any other team, and as you might suspect, the teams that are really doing heavy work in AI are quite interested in what other teams are doing, and they're quite interested in learning. And so we've got this wonderful community of like product people and scientists, and they challenge each other, and we kind of ask questions and then leverage off it. It's great. And then your teams, of course, have been fantastic, very early participants in it. And I as well remember some of those first early meetings on the listing tools. I mean, when a team came in and they said, well, we've taken all the world knowledge and now we can just race through our catalog and enhance and improve it. And we watched real time, like taking ASIN by ASIN, like with just world knowledge, all of a sudden dramatically improving the quality of these detail pages. Automated suggestions for improved titles and descriptions and bullet points to help sell more. I love the build a listing from just a picture or just a URL. I mean, just stuff that we had, again, always talked about, but like, how could we ever get there? And now we've got working versions of those. And Amelia, very exciting. That's a great example where we've always talked, how could we give one-on-one business advice and counseling to sellers? And we just could never get the math to scale. Like, there's so millions of sellers. How many people would we need? And we do the math and we said, this just doesn't work. The whole thing falls apart. But now, all of a sudden, Gen AI, and you can feed it the individual seller data. You can feed it our knowledge about what works on Amazon. You can feed it the context and then the world knowledge to make it be able to communicate fluently with somebody. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting. We've got Gen AI everywhere, maybe just beyond sellers. In our store, I spent a lot of time with the team Rufus, and that's our conversational shopping assistant.
I talked about that this morning.
Oh, fantastic. It's super interesting. We've got tens of millions of customers using it. A lot on product interrogation. That's the dominant use case right now. About 60 to 70% of the action is on the detail page. People asking very nuanced and detailed questions about the product and trying to make shopping decisions. Also broad queries, kind of light customer service in it. And the fun part about that is we keep on improving Rufus's capabilities, and we see customers returning to it and using it again and again. We use AI to do the automated customer reviews, which customers have really gravitated towards. And so if you go down the bottom of the page, customer reviews, we've kind of extracted the key themes that we get from the hundreds or thousands of reviews we've got and kind of give you a flavor, kind of a sentiment flavor across each of those and individual examples. Some of the image stuff that we've been doing is amazing. AI generation is not just in text. We've got some sellers, you're sending in like apparel products on Mannequin, and we're providing our tools to put synthetic human models inside those clothes. And we see that the conversion rate goes up when we have a model on there. Or you're sending in product pictures, isolated product pictures, and we're putting those products in photorealistic lifestyle imagery. So kitchen products in kitchens and home products in living rooms and things like that, also to improve sales. And so those things, again, a few years ago, hard to imagine we could be scaling them as fast. And of course, you go in the back end, and almost every team, customer service has really been ramping up the use to predict what you're going to be contacting us about, improve the quality of the response rates. Fraud and abuse, our AI has been really going through some interesting things of using AI to detect bad actors much earlier, to see unusual activities. And these bad actors are in to either defraud you or us or our customers, and so it's super important to go after them. And then on the operations side, I wish I could have the whole team come out here and just show you what it's doing for route planning route planning at the stop level, so like in somebody's yard. And so we're basically combining maps and photo images and then the details of the past drivers' histories in those locations, and building up routes all the way, not just driving routes, but walking routes once you get to the customer addresses. It's helping our robotics. We've even got one, I love the one, I can't remember if you came to this one, when those arcs that I talked about before, those basically are trucks driving from X to Y. We have automated systems that negotiate routes for third parties who are filling those up, but sometimes we're missing a driver or a lane for something, and this AI system reaches out, calls trucking companies, actually texts these trucking companies, negotiates with them fully autonomously, and then schedules the routes and the loads. And it's wild to see.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we tell them they're doing. Actually, we tell them, this is an automated agent, and the feedback from the trucking companies is, I really like it. Actually, they said it doesn't yell at me like the other customers. And if I say no, or if I give them a price they say is too high, they don't hold it against me.
Yeah.
And so it's very interesting. They actually prefer that kind of interaction. Anyway, so we've just got this crazy array of stuff going on, and so it's so fun too at this stage to keep on having these meetings to see what's coming out. Can I say one more?
Yeah, of course.
So there was one I just thought about looking at you guys. It was inspired by some conversations I was having with a team of sellers, and the basic conversation was that sellers were like, I hate your returns. There's too many returns. And I was like, I agree. There's way too many returns. And they said, if I could only get on the phone with the customer, I said, could you stop all the returns? And they said, no. But they said, I could rescue a big chunk of them. I could stop maybe a quarter of them, because I think that they're having a post-purchase experience that they're confused, and rather than troubleshoot, they just return. Yeah. And so we're building a process, we're piloting it right now in India, and it's basically taking all of your kind of more detailed troubleshooting customer service information, pumping it into an LLM, and building a post-purchase customer experience to try to basically do that, which is if you could get them on the phone and explain to them more about, no, this is how this product works, this is how you set it up, if you're having a problem, this. And so I'm super excited to see how that comes out.
I am too. I think probably folks in the audience are as well. I mean, that is so cool.
Yeah.
And you always say to us, it's still early days.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so much still to learn and figure out how to apply this to, but it's really transforming experiences for all of our customers, our selling partners.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
It's so great. Okay, so I know we're kind of running short on time, so I'm going to ask one last question to close.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us, folks?
That's a wide open question.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd just say customers come to Amazon because of our vast selection, because of our great prices, because of our unparalleled shopping convenience. And you guys, especially at 60% of sales, are just an indispensable part of that Amazon magic that makes hundreds of millions of customers around the world love coming and shopping to us. And so that's fantastic. And I think this partnership has been great. You guys keep on adding great brands, adding great products at great prices, and we are going to keep investing and inventing on your behalf so that we can invent faster deliveries for customers, so that we can invent new customer experiences to make shopping more enjoyable, so that we can invent new products and services to grow your business not just on Amazon, but off Amazon. We have that phrase at Amazon, it's still day one, and I think in this context, maybe that's where I'd close, which is, it's still day. As much as we've accomplished in our partnership in the last 25 years, as successful as it's been in growing our joint businesses and building something phenomenal for customers, we've still just got an amazing opportunity ahead of us. And you can see it with the size of the market segments that we're going after and the customer bases, and then the new technology that's opening up all kinds of new things that we can do together. And so I'm really thankful for the last 25 years and everything we've done together, but I'm even more excited about what we're going to be doing next. And so I look forward to building and inventing and growing our businesses and serving our customers together. Thank you, and thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you so much. That was so good. Thank you, Doug.
Very good. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
I'm with Doug. This is such an awesome partnership that we have. And as part of that partnership, we remain committed to improving sustainability by reducing waste and making it easier for customers to buy. Finding ways to do good for the environment, our communities, and for each other, it remains critical to our mission. And we're going to go deeper on that now. We're going to talk about what we're doing in sustainability, as well as being a force for good in your local community. But first, let's meet another seller with a story that proves inspiration for a great brand can come from literally anywhere.
My name is Jessica Karam-Oli, and I am the co-founder and co-owner of Pristine Cleansing Sprays.
My name is Brandon Karam, and Jessica is my first cousin, and we make more natural and eco-friendly alternatives to wet wipes and body wipes. And it really started because I was having an allergic reaction to my wet wipes.
At the same time, my son was potty training. We gave him flushable wipes, and we presumed that they were flushing. We were so wrong. After an overflowing toilet and a flooded yard, we realized that those flushable wipes we were using weren't exactly flushable. During the first few years, we had a couple of big challenges.
Try to explain to people that this unknown idea that we now call toilet paper spray is going to be the next big thing is a big challenge. Amazon A+ content gives you the ability to explain visually and with videos and pictures and text. Here's what our idea is, here's how it works, and here's why we think that it's the best alternative to wet wipes. We love Amazon ads. I've never been to ad training school. I've never worked at an agency, and I'm able to go in there and create campaigns, learn about new tools, and it's very easy to use.
One of my favorite tools is the Amazon Live.
It's a fine mist spray, and it just goes lightly onto your skin.
You can immediately speak directly to people who might be looking for what you can offer them. And that was a huge turning point for us.
An important aspect of Pristine Sprays for Jessica and I has always been the sustainability part of it.
Wet wipes and many things that are flushed down the toilets actually go through city sewer systems.
I'm Elisa Lockett. I'm a Vice President of Treatment Operations at San Antonio Water System. To maintain our nearly 6,000 miles of sewage collection system, it takes an army because unfortunately there are a lot of customers that still flush wipes, and those wipes can clog our system and cause sewer backups and ultimately overflows.
There's many ways to clean your backside. There's many ways to clean your body. We're providing a new one, an alternative, something that is different and will have a lasting impact on the earth, on our plumbing, on plumbing repair bills, on city sewers, and, most importantly, on our natural resources like water.
Please welcome Chris Rowe.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Look, sustainability is a top priority at Amazon. And I know that many of you, along with customers, care deeply about this too. And in 2019, we co-founded the Climate Pledge, a commitment to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2040. And we're proud to say that more than 500 companies have joined this pledge, and that number grows every day. We've made incredible progress over these past 5 years, all while helping you grow your businesses. You see, we don't believe you have to choose between being customer, seller, or sustainability obsessed. Customers continue to tell us that they want more sustainable products. So in 2020, we launched the Climate Pledge Friendly program to help customers discover and shop for those products. When your products are enrolled in the program, they receive the leaf icon. helping them stand out online. And this program creates a powerful sales opportunity through increased visibility and traffic, which directs customers to trusted products with meaningful sustainability certifications. On average, products that qualify for Climate Pledge Friendly in the US and the EU see a more than 12% sales lift within the first year. Climate Pledge Friendly is also expanding to 8 new countries, making your sustainable products more discoverable around the world. You can enroll your products in our store by meeting at least one of the required sustainability certifications. So next, let's take a look at how we package your products, or how we don't. Earlier this year, we expanded our Ships in Product Packaging program to sellers. And this program lets you test and qualify products to ship to customers in your own packaging, featuring your own brands, without any Amazon added materials. And in North America, we've replaced 95% of plastic air pillows with paper filler in our packaging. And we're working toward a full removal by the end of this year. We're also making significant progress in decarbonizing our own operations. In 2019, we set a goal to match all of the electricity consumed by Amazon across our global operations with 100% renewable energy by 2030. And today, we are proud that we've met that goal 7 years ahead of schedule. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. It's a meaningful part of our journey. So what this means is that today, the electricity used in fulfillment centers that are taking your customer orders is being matched by new wind and solar energy projects, helping decarbonize grids around the world. And we're also delivering more of your products using vehicles with zero tailpipe emissions, with over 24,000 electric delivery vehicles on the road globally. So these are just a few of the ways that we're making our operations more sustainable every day. We also want to empower you to take steps to achieve your own sustainability goals. This past July, we launched the Sustainability Exchange, which is a free, publicly available website of our proprietary guidelines, playbooks, and other resources that you all can use for your business to help you navigate your sustainability journey. So from Climate Pledge Friendly solutions for customers to the Sustainability Exchange, Amazon is committed to investing more in sustainable solutions across our businesses to create a more sustainable future. And to share more about some exciting initiatives we've recently rolled out, please join me in welcoming Gopal Pillai.
Hello, everyone. Over the past 2 days, we have talked about new capabilities, services that empower you and give you even more control over how customers experience your fantastic products. And although most customers love their purchases, returns do happen. When they do, we want to minimize the cost for you and the impact on the environment. I'm happy to announce that we now have more ways to accomplish both goals. The first service I want to talk about is FBA Grade and Resell. Grade and Resell helps extend the life of returned products by giving them a path for resale in Amazon store. All products go through a comprehensive inspection and grading process. Grade and Resell enables you to recover maximum value on eligible returned products, which leads to an even greater selection of pre-owned and open box products that customers love. The next service is FBA Donations, which helps donate products to people who may not have had access to them otherwise. FBA Donations handles items that can't be resold but still have plenty of life left, such as household appliances, school supplies, and clothing. Amazon partners with Good 360, a leading nonprofit organization, to donate items through a network of charities. In 2023 alone, we donated or helped independent sellers like you donate more than 160 million products worldwide. That's 160 million products that found a home, made someone's day or week or year, and kept them going during the most challenging of times. Last year, it provided seasonal clothing to seniors, school supplies and kitchenware to immigrant resettlement agencies, hygiene products to survivors of domestic violence, and so much more. In addition to these services, we recently launched Returnless Resolution. Returnless Resolutions lets you decide to grant refunds without requiring customers to complete a physical return. This option might really be attractive for those who sell internationally or sell low-cost items. When you are unable to resell or donate products, we also offer liquidation and recycling services. Whether it's through grade and resell, FBA donations, or one of our other services, our goal is the same: to offer you seamless solutions to handle returns more effectively, extend product life cycle, minimize the impact on the environment, and support communities in need. We work hard to bring you programs and initiatives that have a positive impact in the world, but none of it really matters without you. Our next speaker will share how you are making a difference across your communities. Please join me in welcoming Natalie Angelillo.
Nice job. Stories are powerful. They inform, influence, and inspire. As innovators, creators, and leaders, your stories make a difference. Your voices matter. Our Sellers in Your Community program is built specifically to help your stories reach more people so that you can help directly shape the outcomes that affect you, your businesses, and your communities. Through our program, we connect you to your community leaders and facilitate conversations that lead to a better understanding of your businesses. Already in 2024, sellers have participated in hundreds of engagements with policymakers and advocacy organizations to ensure your perspectives are considered in important policy debates. Whether lawmakers are discussing compliance requirements or solutions to modernize government procurement, you have helped educate them on the real-world implications policy proposals have for American small business sellers. Having your voices heard on these issues makes a difference. This year, we helped amplify your stories in so many places: TV, billboards, podcasts, real-life events, and more. And my team is entirely dedicated to finding, producing, and amplifying your stories. And most importantly, to supporting you through that entire process. A lot can happen when you share your story. Richard Brown of Proof Culture met with his local leaders in Cleveland during one of our Sellers in Your Community program events, hosted in partnership with his favorite team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. That event led to a speaking engagement hosted by his local congresswoman, and Richard was one of the many sellers who joined us this June at our annual summit in Washington, D.C. to meet with elected officials. Lisa J. Eggert from Three Moms Organics met with her state senator, who later recognized her contributions to the community as a 2024 honoree of the National Retail Federation's Retail Champions Program. And now, We're hoping to expand this opportunity to even more of you. So how do you get involved? We've made it easy through the launch of our new Sellers in Your Community website. On the website, you can raise your hand for opportunities to share your story, explore ways to interact with leaders and local organizations, and grow your impact through educational resources and events designed to help us advocate for businesses like yours. To all of the sellers who've joined us this year, thank you. We are always excited to be a part of your journey and amplify your success. One more way we share your success is through our award-winning podcast, This is Small Business. Now, in its 5th season, This is Small Business has reached hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs, as well as potential customers eager to hear your stories. So, in just a minute, we will record a live episode of This is Small Business featuring host Andrea Marquez and Justin Forsett, CEO and co-founder of Hustle Clean. Here now are Andrea and Justin.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Marquez, host of Amazon's award-winning podcast, This is Small Business. Welcome to our live minisode. I'm thrilled to be back on this stage to discuss the incredible impact that sellers have on their community. And speaking of having an impact on your community, joining me on this live episode of This is Small Business is Justin Forsett, CEO and co-founder of Hustle Clean. Justin, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure.
So for those who don't know, Justin, about Hustle Clean, please tell me a little bit about your origin story.
Sure. Hustle Clean is a mission-driven self-care brand for the active lifestyle. We create restorative care products for the everyday athlete, allows them to do more and be more by providing them hygiene, wellness, and recovery products throughout their day. And it started from a joke inside of a locker room in my NFL experience. I played in the NFL for 9 years. I was a Pro Bowl running back for the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. And I was constantly on the go, moving around from place to place, and didn't always have time to practice the necessary hygiene requirements. So I wanted to create a solution for those moments when a shower was optimal but not possible. So we created this disposable washcloth that removes sweat, dirt, and body odor and put it out into the marketplace.
So in many ways, this started as a side hustle.
Exactly.
For you.
Right.
So at what point did you decide to lean in and go all in with your business?
It was about my 4th or 5th year in the NFL, and I was running this business as a side hustle and was really passionate about what we were doing and what we were growing. And I thought, man, once I retire from the game, I'm going to transition and immerse myself fully into the business as CEO and co-founder.
And fast forward to today, you're 100% in your business, so much so that you've been able to prioritize community impact. So tell me a little bit about how Hustle Clean's been able to shape the community landscape.
Yeah, it's our ethos. It's what we believe in, what we stand on. We say serving is the currency to elevation. If you want more to your life, if you want more to your career, you must serve. And it started from me in my childhood. I grew up in very humble beginnings. I grew up in adverse times in which we were living out of motels with my family. And there's times when I realized as a youth student athlete that youth sports is extremely expensive, even back then. And so we had people to come in to help. But I knew once I started a business that I had to prioritize community impact just because of that.
You wanted to make sure that you paid it forward.
Exactly.
And I feel like you and Hustle Clean show up a lot, which I think makes a lot of the difference. You start by showing up, right? So it's incredible to hear everything that you've been able to do. Tell me a little bit more about how you directly impact your community and why you think it's so important to be able to do that.
Yeah, we show up in a number of ways as a brand. We have 2 initiatives. One initiative is called Free Play. The other is Shower to the People. Free Play is our initiative that we go out and we help youth sports athletes that have been priced out of sports. We come in and we provide scholarships so they can play and not worry about paying a fee or coming up with finances. So we show up in that way. And then the other way is Shower to the People. It's our initiative to help communities that lack access to clean water. So we go out and we partner with nonprofits and we provide and deploy our products to those communities that are struggling, whether it's natural disaster or water crisis issues. We've showed up all over the world. So whether it's Uganda, whether it's Haiti or Ukraine or even Flint, Michigan in the water crisis that they had out there, we're one of the first on the ground, and even Houston.
Houston, where I live as well. That's amazing to hear. You've done so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you've done a lot. You have so much impact, which is also a reason you were one of last year's Force for Good award winners. Yeah. And you were on this stage getting a big check for $50,000. How did that help accelerate your business?
Man, it was a game changer for us. If I'm honest with you here on this stage today, when we got that call, we were going through a tough time as a business. We had about a ton, almost all of our inventory destroyed in a flood. And we couldn't sell to any of our partners or distribute products to our programs to help out in the community. It was a very difficult time. But when we got that call, we were thinking, okay, we're getting an award. It's the first time we ever got any award for the work that we did in the community. And we're like, okay, this is a shot in the arm. This is validation for us, a little more energy around the company and more lifting morale. And so it was a good time.
So you were on this stage.
Yes.
What did that moment feel like?
It was incredible because I was just here to get the award, which was awesome for us just to be recognized in that matter. But then to sit here on this stage a year ago and receive a $50,000 check on top of it as a surprise, it was a blessing. I can't even put it into words how impactful that was for us. It changed the trajectory of our company. We were able to get inventory. We were able to service our customers. And we were able to fulfill our requirements for our programs that we're involved in with our community.
You were able to keep making a difference, keep showing up because you were able to deliver your product and deliver to your community. That's amazing. And just a little segue here because I am curious, especially since we're in front of an audience of business owners like yourself. What if you're in the starting stages of your business and you're not able to give away your product or prioritize community impact in your business strategy?
Yeah, there's other ways in which you can have impact within your community without giving product. We think about volunteering, mentorship. Those are things in which you can do without providing product. You can find maybe one Friday out of the month in which you go out and you serve your local community at a nonprofit. Random acts of kindness that you can show within your teammate or within your community in which you know someone that needs a ride to the airport is giving up your time and say, hey, come ride with me. I'll take you to the airport. Let's build together. Let's strategize. Let's dream together. Those things are just as impactful.
There's other ways you can show up. And I feel like a lot of that starts inside the business because if you're able to show what you value in the business, I think that then customers can resonate with that and really understand what you represent as a brand and as a product.
Yeah, that's how we create brand loyalty. It's about going out and serving and showcasing what we're all about.
Because we're also here to make money, so I think that's also important, right?
We got to make money.
Yeah, and so Justin, we're almost at time, but I want to make sure I ask you, any last thoughts for our listeners, most of who are small business owners like yourself?
Man, yeah, I know we're busy. I know we have a lot on our plates, but find ways to go out and have impact within your community. It can make a difference. It's about showing up as your best self. And when we do that, I believe your business will thrive and your communities will thrive. But it starts with showing up.
Did we just go full circle?
I think we did.
Justin, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do, for what Hustle Clean has been able to do. And of course, thank you for being part of our live episode of This is Small Business.
Of course. Appreciate you.
That's it for this episode of This is Small Business. Until next time, I'm your host, Andrea Marquez. Hasta luego, and thanks for listening. And please don't go anywhere. The Force for Good Awards are starting now.
Please welcome back Claire O'Donnell and Dharmesh Mehta.
I am always so inspired by stories like these. It is so cool to hear how selling partners like you are making a real difference in your local communities and beyond.
Last year, we started an initiative to recognize and reward individuals who have gone above and beyond to be a force for good in their communities.
So many of you create great jobs and employment opportunities where you live and work, while also giving back to organizations both locally and around the world. The work that you do to give back, it inspires us.
I mean, of course you don't do it for recognition and awards, but that's exactly what we're going to do now, to celebrate sellers who have made outstanding contributions to their communities.
For each one of this year's award recipients, being a force for good is an essential part of their brand and who they are. And we're honored to share and recognize 3 incredible stories with you today.
First up is Women's Bean Project, a Denver-based company that sells hand-packaged food products across the US. Led by Tamara Ryan, Women's Bean Project empowers women in the local community who are experiencing the kind of hardships that make getting hired nearly insurmountable. Tamara sees every woman in her program as worthy of a second chance. The Women's Bean Project is a transitional employment program that prepares women for the next chapter in their lives. She envisages a future where barriers to employment are eliminated and women can achieve financial independence. And it's working with a 95% success rate, helping women transition into and keep the jobs the program prepared them for. This is Women's Bean Project.
At Women's Bean Project, we believe all women have the power to transform their lives through employment. We're a food manufacturing business that distributes products all over the U.S., and we're a human services business, both under one roof. And there are thousands of women in the Denver community who struggle not just to get jobs, but to keep those jobs and to support their families. They have long histories of addiction and incarceration, domestic violence, and homelessness. We hire women for a full-time job. About 70% of their paid time is spent working in the business, making our food products and helping us distribute those products. The rest of her time is spent working on herself and building her skills in her toolbox.
I've learned from the Women's Bean Project that it doesn't matter where you're at in your life. It's a place where you can thrive. It's a place where you can feel vulnerable. It's a place where you can get a fresh start.
I dream of a day when Women's Bean Project is obsolete because we've provided services so effective and far-reaching that each woman who comes to us is the last in her family to need us.
Our next honoree, Papa Wozier Farms, was founded by brother and sister Reuben Zamidi and Freddie Amidi Benjamin as a beacon of hope and transformation. They moved to America from their native Haiti and established Papa Wozier Farms pressing plant in Brooklyn, New York. Here, they produce natural handmade beauty products which positively impact the local Haitian communities where their ingredients are grown. Every purchase supports their Haitian community and Haiti's future by investing in education, agriculture, and job creation. After the 2010 earthquake, they used family-owned farmland in Haiti to build the Badi School, which now educates 130 students and employs a staff of 28, while emphasizing women's leadership. Their story is one of resilience and innovation. Here's Papa Wozier Farms.
At Papa Wozier Farms, we make pure organic castor oil and moringa oil from seeds that are grown on our 50-acre farm in Haiti. We decided to open up our farmhouse in Bushwick, Brooklyn in 2019. It was an awesome feeling to be able to share what we have already experienced in Haiti with our community here in the States. Selling in Amazon allows us to grow our business, but it also allows us to reinvest back into Haiti, back into our school, and back into the community. We wanted to provide resources of education to the children of Haiti.
Babachi School is a K-12 school which now has become the center of the community. All children should be awarded and benefit from having education, a meal to eat. All mothers want that for their children. All fathers want that for their children.
We are proud to give back and keep doing it every day.
Our final Force for Good honoree is Bloom Daily Planners, who give back globally, nationally, and to their local communities in the Newark, Delaware, and Philadelphia areas. Led by Kaylin Donato and Michelle Askin, Bloom Daily Planners goes beyond creating inspirational daily planners and calendars. In fact, they are committed to helping others in their community bloom into the best versions of themselves through the power of organization. They've dedicated themselves to extensive charitable initiatives, starting right in their own community, with volunteering and donations to places like Exceptional Care for Children. Nationally, they champion causes like Girls Inc., the Kids in Need Foundation, and the Arrowhead Foundation, providing free planners for women transitioning out of prison. They have also provided over 70,000 planners through Amazon's Give Back program and millions of dollars more products worldwide. Let's take a look.
Bloom's mission is to inspire and empower others to bloom into the best version of themselves. We really try to infuse our products with positivity and inspiration, life coaching tools to really make an impact on people's lives every single day.
In our 15 years, we've donated millions of dollars worth of product to schools and teachers, to local and international charities directly, and to Delaware, our home. One of the places we volunteer locally is Exceptional Care for Children. They are an amazing pediatric nursing facility located right in our backyard in Newark.
We do whatever we can to help serve there, sanitize toys, work with the children, whatever we can do to help.
I think being moms now ourselves, any way that we can serve children brings us so much joy. It's not really a balance of doing business and doing good. We believe that we are a good business because we're doing good.
We believe being a force for good makes us successful.
You just saw the stories. Now let's meet the incredible people behind them. From Women's Bean Project, Tamara Ryan. From Papa Wozier Farms, Ruben Zamidi. And from Bloom Daily Planners, Michelle Askin. Congratulations to you all. Woo! I'm excited to share that in addition to being recognized with these awards, you will each receive a $50,000 grant. Congratulations.
Not only do we want to recognize you, but we want to help you accelerate your growth as a business and as a force for good, making your communities even better. Thank you for all you do, and congratulations.
Thank you. And again, congratulations to Tamara, Rubens, and Michelle. They are all doing so much good, and it's wonderful to be able to both recognize their work and help support them. Now, as we close out Accelerate 2024, our fifth Accelerate, I want to take this moment to thank you. Thank you for being here and making this the biggest, the most successful Accelerate event we've ever had. As you leave here today, I hope you're feeling inspired and empowered to take your business to the next level and accelerate your growth. I hope you know that you have the power of this community and all of the connections you've made here ready to help support you in your journey. And finally, I want you to be confident that you have the support, the innovation, and the power of Amazon on your side. We're honored to partner with you as you accelerate your success. And while this is technically the end of the conference, it's also the beginning of the next chapter of our story. The story of sellers and Amazon, the story of the most successful partnership in the history of the retail industry. I look forward to seeing you all back here next year when we'll celebrate 25 years of our story. 25 years of sellers and Amazon partnering to drive amazing growth. I can't wait. Thank you.